In this video, I'll be explaining the properties of a Type 5 receiver, otherwise known as a force gate. I hope that this video will be easy to understand, and this video will be pretty quick. A Type 5 receiver, otherwise known as a force gate, is a type of receiver that can basically alter the message receiver 3 can send. Receiver 3 can send a positive or a negative message. When a positive message is sent, that orders the door, or whatever object it's moving, is telling it to move basically. And when a negative message is sent, it tells the door or whatever object is moving to return back to its original state. So right here I have a door. So right here, this is a part. This part over here will signal the door to open and close. So as you can see, if I interact with this, it will open, and if I interact with this, it will close. Just as so. Now, if I were to add a receiver 5 to it, receiver 5 can do roughly 6 different things, I believe. First of all, receiver 5 can 1. Send a negative signal when activated, and then number 2, send a positive signal when activated. Number 3, send a negative signal when deactivated, and then 4, send a positive signal when deactivated, and 5, send a negative signal always, and 6, always send a positive signal. Mostly, in most situations, effects 1 through 4 usually do not do anything. Effects 5 and 6, however, when the signal is always negative or positive, does do something, pretty much. Those two are probably the most important ones. So if I were to set this part right here for my signaler to receiver 5, and I were to, let's say I wanted to always send a positive signal, just as so, and to show it different from the rest of the receivers, I'll color receiver 5 black, just like this. And now if I wire this and I interact with it, it will open the door. However, if I interact with it again, it won't close it, because this interaction here can only send a positive signal to this door, and that means that this interaction here can only tell the door to open. It cannot tell it to close. So no matter how many times I interact with this, it will always stay open. Now let's do a different type of interaction. So let's copy this and set it right here. And this interaction, however, will always send a negative signal. So we will change this to 5. So if I were to wire this, and if I were to switch this on, it wouldn't do anything, because this interaction here is telling this door to return back to its original state, which is closed. So all this can do is just close the door, basically, return it back to its original state. So if I interact with this, it will open this, and if I try to use this again to close it, it won't close it. However, if I interact with this one, it will close it. And no matter how many times I try to interact with this, it will not open, no matter what. So what a force gate does is basically, what it can do is pretty much just make a lever or a button or any interaction do one single thing. One single thing. It can open something, or only close something. It can basically help you control what a lever does more further. And another thing that receiver 5 can do is it can help with your logic gates. However, that is a way more complicated progress, and I think it involves some similar properties to electrical wiring. So I will not be going into that. But overall, in conclusion, Receiver 5 lets your levers, buttons, doors send a negative or positive signal to whatever receiver 4 is. And remember that a negative signal means returns back to original position. So like if like your door is closed, that's the original position, or if it's open, that's the original position. And positive signals, they make it move. They tell it to move and like move it to the next position. But overall, yeah, that's pretty much it.